Malphas's blessings.
Irrelevant. This madman, Koarek. He has completely reshuffled the cards. Now we not only have to deal with the High Ones, but also with him and his fanatics. However, there's also good news. You have probably seen it already. Physically, yes. And we also know how it works now, and how it can put an end to the cycle. It is easier than we thought. The beacon was constructed for one thing, to destroy the High Ones. Once reconstructed, infused with energy and activated, lit, as the Pyreans called it, it can banish the High Ones from this plane of existence. Immaterial, indeed. Essentially, they can be compared to the cold or to shadows. Omnipresent elements, yet we cannot touch them. Energy, if you will. However, there is a counterpart to each energy. Cold and fire, shadow and light. The High Ones and the beacon. Yes. Imagine a torch driving away the darkness in the moment it is ignited. This is what the beacon can do. Except that the banishing will be permanent. Yes, as I said, it needs to be infused with energy before it can be lit. I take it you have noticed the 3 sockets on its base. They are what it draws its power from. Once they are filled, the beacon can be ignited and the High Ones will be undone, once and for all. At least, if the old writings are true. The only thing left for us to find out is what these energy sources are. But we are close. Give the Arcanists some more time and I will let you know if there's any news. In the meantime, get equipped accordingly. Some of the Nerimes have landed already, and outbreaks of the Red Madness become more and more frequent as we speak. Well, it's only fair to tell you. You've always been honest to me, so I will do the same. Have you ever heard of the Night of the 1,000 Fires? Between 8,192 and 8,202, there was an underground movement in Kira called the Red Half Moon. They were brought into being by a group of intellectuals and philosophers who, under all the freedom of thought Saldrine granted them, started questioning the reign of the Golden Queen, and thus the Lightborn themselves. Saldrine saw himself as the god of knowledge, and accordingly he reigned his country. In Kira, no opinion is forbidden, which is why it is home to countless magic schools and universities, where people do nothing but discuss the reason for being all day long. An appealing thought if you hear it for the first time, but a cunning people isn't easy to reign. There have been more revolts and riots in Kira than bones in a graveyard, and the Red Half Moon was the worst of them. just as my son did. But other than him, they fought like cowards. Terror, dust crystals planted in the marketplaces, and assassinations, you name it. If they killed innocents, they blamed the Golden Queen, and if they killed her soldiers, they celebrated themselves as liberators. However, they never succeeded in putting her down, and neither did she in destroying them, which is why the court turned to the Lightborn for help. A division of the Holy Order led by me, a young keeper of barely 30 winters. None to be taken seriously. You know, not everywhere is the Order as present as here on Enderal, or as it once was on Narim. In Kira, we were ridiculed. I saw the Kiranian keepers who served the Golden Queen. A bunch of decadent gluttons who had dedicated themselves to the court's banquets rather than to the will of the gods. They were pathetic. A moon after our arrival, we received an anonymous tip on where one of the half-moon's bases was supposed to be located, in a small coastal village. As we entered it, we were greeted by the township's elders, and the villagers themselves had gathered behind them. You should have seen how they stared at us, as if we were plunderers. I should have seen by then that something was wrong. Yes, but if there was one thing the Red Half-Moon was good at, it was sowing lies. According to them, we were nothing but butchers who executed everyone unable to recite the revelation word for word. That's what they wanted us to think, and they did a good job at that. A veiled person here, an archer on the rooftops there. I got nervous, because villagers are not, they bested us in numbers, and they had cattled us. Then a man seemed to charge at us, and I gave the order to draw weapons. It was just the spark they needed. No, not a fight. A massacre. The villagers had pitchforks and shepherd staffs, and we had shadow steel swords, let alone the fact that we were trained warriors. I realized that I had made a mistake a split second after it started, but it was too late by then. My men, they slaughtered them all, like pigs. At the end of the day, 300 people were dead, and only 10 of them were keepers. Have you ever been in a big battle? Even if my men would have stopped, the villagers were blinded with rage and panic. No. From the moment I gave the order, it was too late. Well, what better proof of the Lightborn's cruelty is there than a division of keepers who, out of pure wickedness, slaughtered an entire village, women and children included. If the people had already distrusted us before that, that distrust had turned into hatred, and nothing could have changed that, not even the Golden Queen's heralds. We set sail back to Enderal a week later. 2 years after that, the Red Half-Moon destroyed itself due to infighting. Ironic, isn't it? Maybe. The Lightborn and the Grandmaster back at that time showed the compassion I wouldn't grant myself. But I learned one thing, and that is that I will never again let fears about my own life influence my decisions. What happened in Kira was the consequence of my own cowardice, and my unwillingness to give my life for a just cause. That will never happen again. Yes. As I said before, my knowledge about that is limited. But if it helps you, imagine that it... Yes, You know, most people perceive themselves as an entity separate from the rest of the world. And while this is partially true, dark corners of our mind, bridges to which we in a conscious state do not have access. A moment where you knew exactly what another person thought or would do next. People with close blood ties can especially feel that connection. Correct. And while most people hardly feel this connection at all, as if looking through a tinted window, to you, their bodies might be, but the traces they left behind still remain. Everything that was, everything that is, and everything that will. This is the basic principle of magic. And time is not a straight line. Visions, premonitions, dreams that become reality. These are all leftovers of waves from other eventualities that spill over into our reality. Good question. In there, the Pyreans, but as for what happened before that, our knowledge about the past is limited. All that, a better word would be, chess figures with their own will. Whatever force causes the cycle also gave us powers and a task. No. Well, that is something else. Yours is to read the echo and help us gain the knowledge we need for victory. How it... Yes? What? Really? That's interesting. Provided this is true, that means that the emissaries aren't just people who fight the cleansing. They are people who fight for it. And that also means that whoever granted us our powers and our purpose isn't an enemy of the High Ones, but a neutral party. I beg your pardon. What? And the same goes for me? That's ridiculous. They wanted to deceive you, to sow discord. I saw that, and without me, we would have never come that far. Something changed inside me since I fled from my prison, I feel it. And it is the same thing that made you a part of all this. Now, enough of this.
My Dame Delina, and I felt... Well, seems the Grand Master is crazy.
Yes. The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say about you. I really do. Walk blessed.
should be it.
Books I studied.
Be careful, my dame. These streets are safe in this hour.
Madame? Evening.
Prophetess, are you in there? There are... Kirat! What? Why? What have you done? Watch your tongue, Shari. Be glad that the blood is already dry, or else you'd be nothing but a pile of bones by now. Forgive me. I just can't believe it. Anyone but the Shari? Yes, I know, Nea. But she was a good woman. We both know that we're not involved in this, so please tell me why you and Lashari wanted to meet up here? Were the two of you close? I wasn't aware Lashari liked women, too. So why? What? Then this bastard got wind of it. Oh, Kirash, Lashari, why the secrecy? Maybe the murderer has left a clue. We have to search. What's this? Let me see. Yes! This could be our clue. No, certainly not. But come to think about it, it doesn't really help us either. There are so many dust addicts in Ark, it would take years just to count them. Oh, by the name of the sun, I will inform the Order. Yes, you do that. But come back to the temple as soon as you're finished, alright? The Archmagister has found something out about those sources we need for the beacon, even though we paid a high price for it.
Potatoes, brown, yes, that should be it.
Yes, who should say that? You're a foreigner, aren't you? I wish I'd have crossed the Red Sea once, or seen Kira, the Grand Bazaar.
Well, if it isn't the prodigy.
Ah, if it isn't the prophetess. What's wrong? You look troubled.
Is that true? You have to show me some tricks someday.
I know. Skyrim has already told me. I hardly knew her, but it's horrible. Different ideologies or not, she was a fine young mage, and her knowledge of the Pyreans was impressive. We need to find the ones who did this, and fast. But you probably already know that. Thank Malphus we just had a breakthrough with the beacon. At least as far as the sockets go, yes. In the old tablets you found in Old Dothugrad, there's talk of black embers, which are supposed to be some kind of energy supply for the machine. This is what we've been asking ourselves over the past few weeks, and then it fell like pelt from our eyes. The Pyreans were talking about the Black Pearls. Old jewels, sometimes known as Blackstones. They appeared for the first time in the Golden Era, and every self-important noble literally fought to get one in his possession. Apparently they originated from Stormwind, the old city in the heart of Arctwind. They changed owners for decades, sometimes by violence, sometimes by gold. The whole thing only stopped when the owners took note of an undesirable side effect, if you like. No, at least not with any known magic. That's what's so strange about it. Nevertheless, all of their owners eventually shared the same fate. Countess Catua from Nerim, for example, whose castle burnt down to its foundations. According to a survivor of this tragedy, she was to blame for that. He claimed that he saw her the night it happened, laughing hysterically and dancing in the dining room and summoning waves of fire all around her. She was not previously known to have any magical talent in her. Correct. Plus, all of them eventually showed similar symptoms of delusion, like those possessed by the Red Madness do. A peculiar coincidence, if you ask me. Not quite.
Those who owned a pearl tried to get rid of it, or lock it up somewhere safe, and eventually they fell into oblivion. Tell her your theory, Archmagister.
Yes, of course. We believe that the stones carry energy, pure, uncontrolled magic, and that the High Ones use them for their own purposes. Correct. The pearls' magic make their owners powerful, but the High Ones befoul them, so to speak. Like a poisoned potion. I know it sounds odd, but the parallels are too striking to ignore. The red shimmer in the victim's eyes, the slow descent into madness, and ultimately this irrational, destructive act of violence. That's what we thought too, but it seems that we were wrong. Maybe the High Ones never leave our planes at all, even after the cleansing. Maybe they are even part of this world, just like the tides or the elements. And the death of the gods is only what really sets them rolling, so to speak. That's a question I've been asking myself since we first learned of the cycle. Who knows? Maybe they like for us to suffer. Or maybe they see us as we see ants, whose lives simply mean nothing. Or maybe the very concept of intentions is meaningless to them. That's what we think, yes. Nothing else in this world possesses that much raw power.
Which is why you will find them for us. No, because we know what we are dealing with, unlike those who fell victim to the stones. Imagine them as a powerful, magical sword. A fool won't know how to wield it and will eventually cut himself with it. A seasoned warrior, however, can use its power for his purposes. Which doesn't mean, however, that we will be careless with them. What we need is their energy, and once we have transferred that to the beacon, their shells will be useless to the High Ones. Correct. That's right. But we don't need all of them. The beacon has 3 sockets, and that is how many of the stones we will acquire. Archmagister.
I studied the history of the pearls as a young arcanist, and I think that my notes might give you some hints as to where you should start looking. Give me until tomorrow. By then I will have prepared the relevant excerpts. Just come to me whenever you have questions.
And hurry. I take it you have already noticed this, but Nerimi's troops are roaming our land and building outposts, and the Red Madness is also getting worse as we speak. Now go, Prophet. The sooner we find these stones, the better.
This just doesn't make any sense. Why can't it ever be easy?
Yes, that just a prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone. I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.
Is it now? Remind me not to burst into tears. What, are you asking me to teach you? From what I've heard, you know magic as if you've studied it for centuries. But sure, why not? What do you want to know?
Brother.
Shh, don't talk so loud, Sinistra. That is an able... This is also... Both of the latter rather... A thaumaturgist is able to alter his body and his... he can also boost his own... elementarism. If a good element... A very aggressive and powerful school, as you can imagine.
In the country, but recreating this stuff is incredibly complicated. And that's an understatement.
Huh. Why don't we use normal metal instead?
Move along.
This framework, it doesn't just hold the core of the machine in place, it also conducts energy. It's hard to describe, really. If it helps you, imagine it as some kind of organism. Every element is part of the whole.
Relata Shera.
Rialta Shera.
Relata Shera. You know why we're here. Keep walking, Sunchild.
He will liberate us.
We're watching
Us
you,
all.
Sleeper. Always.
All of them.
Observe, don't feel.
Yeah? Had any luck? None of your business. Fine. What does it matter? It's been a year since I accepted the Relas as the only truth. But, for some reason, it's no secret that the father has a vivid... Call it what you will. Well, guess what? Well done. Why did I? Because it's the Borgia, whereas the Godlams they do. Which doesn't prevent the Scion from... Oh, and even though I'm grateful for your spiritual advice, I haven't heard from them. However, since Brother Greed sent the 2 bullies they hired to bring me back to the upper city, with their arms and legs.
The fable. Yes.
Is it now? Remind me not to burst into tears.
the one they call the Prophet, aren't you? Congratulations on passing the trial. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Hammers, daggers, swords.
Yes? Yes? How may I be of service? How may I be of service? Of course. Acts like a sublime. Some people just don't know their place. Yes. Of course. Yes. Of course. How may I be of service? Of course. Some things change. How may I be of service? Of course.
may I be of service? Of course. How may I be of service? Of course. How may I be of service?
Hear my words, O path of
Huh?
people of
Can
this
I help
holy
you?
city.
Hello, how may I be of service? Of course.
Yes?
Yes?
We always go too easy on this guy.
Hammers, daggers, swords. The best from the Chilean archipelago to this beautiful country. Let me know when something catches your interest. Looking for steel? I can provide. Come again.
War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world?
Rana Shalom, fair lady. Are you looking for fresh fish?
All for the well-dressed my sir, and my dame, of course. Walk blessed, all your heart could ever desire. Take a look. May his light guide you. Come back, all your heart could ever desire. Take a look. May his walk blessed. All your heart could ever may Walk blessed. All your heart could ever desire. Take a look. May his light guide you. Come back if you find the time. All your heart could ever desire. Take a look. May his light guide you. Come back if you find the time. May his light guide you. Come back if you find the time.
Walk. Sure, take a look. Walk blessed. Greetings. Sure, take a look.
They speak of the red madness that befalls peaceful souls, driving them to deeds of pathless atrocity.
Walk
Your
blessed.
asses and hope things settle them. Fruits, vegetables, fresh from the oven. Treat yourself.
For
Can I help
arcane
you?
secrets, I have books, scrolls, potions, and
You're the one they call the prophet, aren't you? Congratulations on passing the trial. Yes.
The prophetess.
Well, then you've come to the right place. Walk blessed.
Keep walking. An outlander. What are you doing?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. Rumors circle.
That's a nice
What?
dress you're wearing there,
Fair enough. Maybe there's a trick or two I could show you,
Some
but trust me,
here
they
would
don't
kill
come cheap.
for something like that.
midnight. Between cobblestone and excretion. Between darkness and light.
What? Oh, yes, certainly.
Yes?
Oh my, now who is this? To see you here. I've seen this face, so yes. My wares it is you want to see. I promise you, they'll bring you glee.
One day, I'm gonna be an adventurer. And
I've seen this face, so my wares it is you want to see. I promise you, they'll bring you glee. my wares it is you want to see. I promise you, they'll bring you glee. I've seen this face, so my wares it is you want to see. I promise you, they'll bring you glee.
Madame?
Fair lady. Of course.
You know the aged man of whom no one knows from whence he came. His house lies on the edge. Ba-da-da-da-da. If you batter at his door, say farewell to our world. For everyone who entered never walked back on the road from the aged man's abode.
Safe travels.
Just where did I put it?
Fair lady. Certainly. Just take your time. Take care. Fair. Certainly. Just take your time. Safe travels.
Hey, you're an adventurer, aren't you? I bet you've got a lot of stories to tell.
Men, that's just how they are.
Fair lady. Of course. Take care. Fair lady. Certainly. Just take your time. Take care. Of course. Safe travels.
Huh. An arcanist, aren't you? Well, I hope you're... Is on the register. The last thing Enderal needs right now are more wild mages on the loose.
Walk blessed.
Rocks I stood.
Yes? The fabled prodigy. I hope you can live up to what they say about you. I really do. Yes.
Prophetess.
You're the one they call the prophet, aren't you? Congratulations on passing the trial. Yes.
Yes, it makes sense. The prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone. I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.
Do you know the aged man of whom no one knows from whence he came? His house light. Beautiful and proud, the ruler of the Undercity, Vatira was her name. She was feared and desired. Beggars, thieves, and murderers were falling
Yes.
at her feet. As mistress of the castaways, she was worshipped and revered. Vintage wine and silken cloth, jewelry and tongue of gods, any loot and contraband were passing through her hands. Bright deceit and robbery, no means to fall or fell for her. The art of crime she mastered like no one.
Well met.
That's what I'm here for. Take a look. walk blessed. Well, then you've come to the right place. Best.